A warm welcome to all of you and a very good evening, a very warm Thursday evening to all of you because this is the start of the March month. We're already in March. We have completed 1 year of COVID, and today the topic is a very interesting topic is about, and this is on a topic on very public demand. Okay, about whether the classroom trainings for our PMP, which is our most flagship course, is the best thing to have. And I decided to invite some of our best participants, and I'm happy to invite Wilson and Bharat, uh, who have been trained by us. They are PMP certified as well, and I will introduce them shortly in a couple of slides. So again, a warm welcome to all of you, and I'm going to start the webinar for today. This is a little about me, and you must be okay. Some of you know me, and this is about me for people who do not know me. So I love doing project management, and that's how I am kind of dedicated to this space, and I kind of write a lot of articles, and even I'm writing a book now on project management or agility. So great. Today, friends, we have a simple agenda. I'm going to just put a context on what is the new PMP pattern and the different modes of learning that we have. I'm going to introduce our panel members, Wilson and Bharat, and we'll have a discussion. So we will have an open interaction, and we will spare the last 15 to 20 minutes for any questions and answers. So I think all of them would be ready to have your questions and answers. You can put it in the chat or the question and answers panel, which is available to you. So that's the simple agenda that we have. We have done a similar fireside chats and a panel discussion, and which was appreciated by many. So we are continuing with that series one every month, and that's how we are here. Just a little about ProThoughts. We are into learning services majorly, and we deliver content. Okay, we produce content and deliver content. So that's what content is, one of our assets, and that's what we do. Happy to share that we have now our own offices in Mauritius and Middle East, which is Dubai, and now I think things are coming back in order as I'm speaking, and that's the topic of the discussion about classrooms. So great. Okay, without spending more time, okay, I wanted to put what is this new PMP exam pattern and why PMP is popular. These are some of the things you already know. Increase in salary. Okay, there are more than 1 million PMP certified holders now currently. Okay, I think it's more than that, but they have reached 1 million mark recently. So it's one of the most popular certifications currently in the world in the project management space. It is actually one of the first top 5 things, certifications in the world. If I know this was that million roles which will be available, it's by the survey in 2018 as a PMI did, and most of these roles are in China and India. So India holds a great promise for project management roles. Right. So this is something which I'm just setting up the pattern. Okay. Modes of learning, and today we are going to talk about classroom and online. We do all these four modes of learning, which is e-learning, which is self-paced learning, and corporate training. Currently, the e-learning option for PMP is taken out by PMI. So, but we have the different modes of learning, which is classroom, which is a face-to-face interaction, online, which is instructor-led online, like I am talking over the internet, and it is not really physical face-to-face, but it is face-to-face via online medium. And e-learning is on-demand or self-paced learning courses. We have all these three, and plus we do customized content for corporates. Before I introduce, okay, Wilson and Bharat, I wanted to set a context on the new PMP, right? So the new PMP pattern is about, okay, ProThoughts has now become an authorized training partner. We are a premier authorized training partner. So there is a basic and a premier. And then you need to be an authorized trainer to conduct the courses of PMI. And the PMI is providing the material. So probably they're looking at a standard and a controlled product. Okay, that's what is the objective. What we are giving is an in-house instructor. So the delivery of the content becomes very essential, and we don't hire any fly-by-night operators. The second part is that a lot of value add in terms of the material, be it a flashcard, mind maps, be it a lot of this mock test, a lot of this that we provide. And the major thing is the support, hand-holding till you get certified, right? This is on the foundation of the gaming methodology and the content that we provide to help you achieve your certification. So the idea is that you learn the concepts, inculcate in your workplace, and therefore have a higher success rate of achieving a PMP certification, right? Our whole idea is that if you inculcate the concepts and the techniques of project management, which are the best practices, it can help you to become a better project manager, and the certification will be therefore a byproduct. So our idea is to give a superior learning experience to all of you. Right, now I would like to welcome Wilson and Bharat. So, okay, thank you, Bharat and Wilson, to be a part of this webinar. I, on behalf of ProThoughts, are very privileged to have you both on this platform and gain your insights and share it with a good audience that we have today on what it takes for an online or a classroom training. Okay, so I would be asking you questions. So Bharat, if you can, come on our video, that would be help. And Bharat is a professional. I have been interacting for a few days with Bharat, and he's a thorough professional. And he has recently, done his PMP certifications under our ProThoughts guidance. And so I'm very happy to have him because he's one of our first few members on the new pattern who has done the PMP certification. Okay, one of the things which I probed in the afternoon today, and I got to know that he is a budding chef. So that's a good thing. I think many people in this 1 year have discovered new hobbies and new things. Okay, that's a plus point of COVID. So welcome, Bharat. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining the webinar.
Honored to be a part of this group.
Thank you. My pleasure, Bharat. Thank you so much. And then we have Wilson. And by the way, Bharat did this training on the online platform because there was no classroom in the new pattern. Okay. And we have Wilson, which I particularly invited because he had done the classroom training. And Wilson is currently in Canada, and it's kind of early morning for him. So thank you so much, Wilson, for joining from Canada. He is a Ford-sponsored scholar, so I think of a high pedigree. So that's nice, Wilson. And he did his training with us in classroom. So he is from the healthcare, pretty relevant in COVID times. Wilson, you can we cannot see you. So please come on video.
Yeah, I'm trying to come on video. I think it's not getting connected. Zoom is
Ah,
unable to detect a camera. Yeah, anyway, no problem.
oh, okay. So we did a preliminary check, guys, before the start of the no, webinar, and Wilson was clearly visible. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened suddenly, but
maybe I can re-log in. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, you can re-log in, and we can start with Bharat. No, for that. Okay, sure. So thank you, Wilson. Okay, and you can re-log in. So I will put it here, and we will now start with the interactive session. So Bharat, my first question for you is, okay, we are generally talking about classrooms online and which is the best mode of learning. Pretty confusing for a participant when we have multiple choices. Okay, which is best, which is not best, why this is at so lower cost, why it is at a higher cost.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of confusion in the participants, and this through a public demand we are organizing this. So one of my questions to you, I knew that you were also looking for a classroom, and because of the COVID, kind of there was no option. You did online training with ProThoughts instructor Arvind. So how was your experience about the online led or instructor led online training? Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. So, as you rightly mentioned, I wanted to go for a face-to-face classroom interaction training because my belief is that maximum learning can happen in that place, right? But what I learned is that after going through the online sessions, right, there is not much of a difference. I'll tell you the reasons, right? Number one was necessity is the mother of invention, right? So there were no physical classes happening, so we had to go through this. And by doing so, I realized that there is a lot of things that happened. There are a lot of things that happen which are kind of positive in nature by online classes. Number one is that um, all of your efforts in traveling and logistical things, they definitely, the time spent on them can be cut down. You open your laptop, log in, and then boom, you're right in the class, right? And second point is it is an instructor led class, because that is the best, that is the training that I attended with ProThoughts. So that is the best thing that can happen, right? Best thing that can happen apart from the face to face interaction, of course. um, and the third point is that I could interact directly with the trainer, and all the batchmates, and all the questions were resolved promptly and then and there. Coming back to the online and offline, of course, given an option, probably offline would be a go-to thing for most people, but online is not that bad as well. You might give it a try, and a lot of things will fall into uh, right places. One more important thing that I want to discuss here is that during my prep, right, training lasts for 4 days
Uh-huh.
maximum, or 5 days in some cases. Then what after that? There are some people who would want to start the preparation immediately. For them, it will be fresh in their minds, and they can continue with that momentum. But what happens when if a person has a gap, right, and has to prepare after a month,
Okay.
right? The 4 days session, probably you will remember only 50% or 30% or 40% of the training thing,
Right.
right? Whereas with the online session, I had the opportunity that ProThought shared the recorded sessions with us, right? I had an opportunity to go through the concepts, if I understood it correctly, or if there were any points that I was missing, then I went through them again, right? A whole 4 days of sessions were shared with us. So that is one of the major advantages, I would say. Um, and because I was in that session during the initial 4 days, I could relate to what was being said, and I could remember. So these are some of the points I would say would work good when we are going for the online classes.
Nice. Okay, I think Bharat, you really nicely summarized in a very structured way. So I think that's good. one of the things I'd like to mention to the audience is that ProThoughts has that value pack as well, where if you think that okay, you need to go from classroom to online or online to classroom, we provide that flexibility as well. So you can, but now the classroom is not there, so online is there. And I pick up your point of recorded sessions, which is probably not there in the classrooms. So whenever you want, you can go back and do that. So even if you're not attentive for whatsoever reason, you're watching a test match of cricket and you wanted to watch that, maybe you missed it, you can go back and do that. That's fundamentally great. Hey, so that's good. Wilson, happy to have you here. I think all good in Canada.
Yeah, everything is good. It's a -6 here, but still it's very warm in the room because we do have a centralized heating system.
Oh, very good, very good. I hope that as long the internet is working in today's era, everything is fine. Okay, so that's
right.
a fundamental thing. Thank you for joining this talk, and a warm
My
welcome.
privilege.
Thank you so much. And Wilson, okay, I asked a kind of question about the online experience. I would like to start about, you did, I think, the classroom training in 2019, if I'm not wrong.
That's right. Very
Yeah.
good memory.
Yeah, no, I checked it before you came. So, okay. So, how was your experience and how you like to sum it up?
I'm an old-fashioned man, so that's the reason I went for classroom training, because I'm very much used to attending classroom trainings.
Okay.
The second thing, after being into the profession for long, I didn't do any other studies. So I thought to get a kickstart, it's better to go for classroom training. The other thing, PMP being too comprehensive, riddled with a lot of concepts, which sound the same and which are not the way they sound. So I thought I might require a lot of explanation. I might need to ask direct questions, and for which I might need to get direct answer from the trainer. That is the one reason why I went for classroom training, and I was right in my assumption, and it was the best mode of learning for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so classroom has been the traditional way of learning. One thing for sure, it gives you that comfort level. As Wilson pointed out, the instructor is right in front of you, so you can grab him during lunch times or tea breaks and have the personal doubts which no one wants to hear. You can kindly sneak in and talk with him. Oh, that's absolutely good. And I know that Wilson is a very curious learner. No, not he's a fourth scholar, so I know that he could not get that easily. He's a very curious learner, and he had a lot of doubts. That's what I remembered. So that's good that Wilson cleared that exam pretty early from that batch. Okay, so I knew him because he was one of our healthcare members, and he was managing a hospital complete during the COVID times. So that is great, Wilson. Thank you so much, Wilson. Coming to Bharat once more on this. Bharat, since you are one of the recent pass outs, okay, of the PMP new material, new pattern, there has been a lot of confusion, okay, in a lot of members' mind. What is this new pattern? Is it the new syllabus? Is it the exam pattern is new, or no, everything is now agile? So much of confusion. Add on it, PMI is also very busy coming. There is a REP to ATP thing. Then a lot of things are happening around the same thing. COVID also is happening around the same thing. So a lot of confusion. So rather than, we did a lot of this webinar talks with a lot of people. Okay, this is what it is, but still people have that. It will be great to hear from you, okay, that since you are done on the new pattern, you got PMP certified, okay. So how do you now recognize what is this new pattern and the PMP program? Is there some agile into it? And also we'd like to hear that part from, if you can elucidate to our audiences.
Sure, sure. So earlier versions, right, as you all might know, right, used to focus majorly on the waterfall model, which is, the old traditional way, or let us just put it as a classical way of project management, right? But now what has happened is, there has been a change in how they test you, but does it mean the change in the syllabus? No. The test is still based on PMBOK 6 as of date, as well as the Agile practice guide, right? Having said that, the exam pattern now, the same things, but they have rearranged certain things. Same topics they have rearranged into certain things, and they have given to us as the handbook, right?
Okay.
So now we have three different domains: people, process, and business environment, as most of the participants would know, right? But the topics remain the same. Still, you'll have to study all those individual knowledge areas, also learn about agile. So earlier people used to focus on more on waterfall. Maybe I don't know, maybe 5 or 10% of the questions were from agile. But now the PMI officially says that 50% of the syllabus would be from agile
Okay.
and hybrid,
Okay.
right? And other 50% would be from classical or traditional project management approaches,
Okay.
right? um, yeah, so that is what I wanted to say here. The exam testing, of course, from what I have learned, is that the number of the questions, as well as the timing, as well as the type of questions have changed. For example, now we have the option of having more than one correct answer. Luckily, PMI gives us the hint in the question itself: choose any two or any three, because
Okay.
most of the times you would feel like there are more correct answers, but luckily we have that option. And we also have certain questions related to putting it in the Indian context. It will be the match the following type of questions. You need to drag the correct answer and put it in the right place,
Okay.
right? Those were two new type of questions, right? So at least
Okay.
that is what I faced in the examination. The number of questions are now 180 instead of 200 earlier,
Yes.
and we get 230 minutes to clear the exam, right?
And 10
And
minutes
apart
of,
from that, you get 10-minute break after
yeah.
every 60 questions.
Perfect. Okay. Cool.
And if you have marked any questions, the system will ask you to review it before you start your break, right? Because
Ah,
after that break, you will not be able to go back and review those questions. That is frozen for that. Those
for
60
that
questions will
part,
be frozen.
that part
Yes,
of that. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay, so great. So that is wonderful, Bharat. Bharat, just a corollary of what no, since you said about this, I wanted to ask you a leading question to this. Earlier there was PM Box 6, and now there is a practice guide along with that. So as a student, do you need to put more effort from a study perspective? You have not done it earlier, but just wanted to check. Is there a more effort that you need to put right now to study and go and get the exam? How is it?
Luckily for me, I
Okay.
am a certified Scrum Master
Okay.
before giving the exam, right? But definitely, because earlier, like I mentioned, right, I think 80 to 90% of the exam was based on waterfall model. But now the agile guide would definitely be an add-on that would actually carry equal amount of weightage, if not more.
Okay.
Right? You'll need to learn the methodologies, and also not only change the thinking, but also mix them both, right? How would hybrid work in certain scenarios?
Okay.
So that is also the type of scenarios that we'll have to think about when answering the questions and
Okay.
preparing. Yeah.
Okay. So the if you have knowledge about agile, basic knowledge about agile, it can help you not to put so much of efforts. That can help you.
I would say yes. If you
Okay.
have basic knowledge of agile, yes, but there are certain questions which are particular to certain agile methodologies.
Okay.
So
That you need to read.
for them, you need to go to the guide ones. The
Okay.
guide is not a very heavy book. It's like 180 pages, so people can skim through that very easily. It's pretty decent book to go through, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. And agile is very interesting as well. So from a material point of view, I think PMP has become more interesting from a application and learning point of view. It's the knowledge has become more relevant and more interesting. So that's a plus point. Right. Okay, Wilson. Okay. On your thing, right? No. Suppose you had the choice at that time of online um, training. Would you have taken that training at that time? What are your perceptions as now COVID, the perception online is increased, but what is your perceptions of online versus say a classroom? How you can differentiate both?
I think both are equally good. Depending upon, for online there is a lot of flexibility. Maybe I don't know. If
Okay.
I'm right in that way.
Okay.
But I would again would, since it is a very tough subject actually, and it is too comprehensive, and a lot of concepts need to be understood. So I would
Okay.
have gone for a classroom training. The reason being, because every day you used to give us homework, because that would keep us busy even after the training session during the day. So the other thing, a lot of participants, they come up with their own vast amount of knowledge and experience in the project management area, and they do give a lot of good examples, which will make the concepts much more clearer. For example, if we take the one of the basic concepts, which is avoid risk, because
Okay.
it can mean many things to many people. I'm not going to give answer. I'm only raising the questions here. I think the answers the participants will find out from the classroom training or from the online session. See, avoid, normally in conventional sense, the avoid also could mean just trying to ignore someone, for example. Does that mean avoiding risk? Is it same as avoiding someone? For example, I pretend as if I have not seen that person, or is it something more to it? So I would like to stop it here. And the other thing with regard to the classroom session, for some of the difficult concepts, like which may sound something and which may mean something else. For example, what is scope validation? And every day you used to explain what it is, and there were hundreds of such types of concepts, whether it is with regard to resource optimization or whether it is do with schedule compression. So since it is too comprehensive and it is not that easy, of course, definitely I would have gone for classroom training even if the online one was available.
Okay. So what I take away from your pointers is that, okay, classrooms are kind of more comfortable because of the enhanced interactions, not only between the participant and the instructor, but also among the various participants. And since they are also of a diverse lot, okay, it becomes a lot of kind of you learn from other people as well, not only from the instructor, right? That's what I understood as a gist. Is that correct?
Yeah, that
Okay.
that's right.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. No, like no, there are in the classroom, on the spur of the moment, you actually have different people, you interact, you understand their body language face to face. And even in agile, face to face is the best communication, and we know that. And online not only gives the flexibility to the participants, but it gives the flexibility to the instructor as well. So he's also doing it from his place, so that is also good. But no, face to face, I think that's one of the points. Okay, so Wilson, definitely yes, and that's where we want to give that flexibility of online and classroom to all of them. So Bharat, when if face to face was one of the strong points, was the plus point for, say, the interactions between not only the members but not only the instructor but different members in the classroom training. Although you have mentioned in some way, what would be in a short thing the plus point for the online way of doing things? So if you can just give a little more insights on that, that would help.
Sure, sure, Ashish. So the first thing that like I mentioned was the logistics, right? So for the classroom training to happen, people have to be in one location and to have to come to probably a hotel or a seminar hall, and then the training needs to happen there, right? That is one of the things. Maybe in online, I can connect from anywhere. I just have to, open my laptop or an iPad, and then I can connect, and
Yes.
I can start learning from there itself, right? And point number two, one of the major things, it depends, right? Though classroom sessions are preferable, but in these times, right, we do have online sessions, due to which we have enhanced ability to record the sessions and revisit those sessions,
Ah,
right? So let us say I am preparing for PMP exam and I'm willing to give in next 1 month, so classroom session would probably be the best thing for me, because I mean 1 month is is a is very aggressive time, but just for the sake of example I'm giving it,
hmm, yeah.
right? So I'd probably go for a classroom session, start prepping from the day 5 itself, right?
Okay.
But if I am planning to, for some reason, if I am planning to give it 2 months or 3 months down the line, right, then what I learn in the classroom will only be I will only have the material, and probably I will not recollect as much. I'll have to go through the material again to refresh my memory. Whereas in
Ah,
the online sessions, I would have the recordings as and when I need it. I can go through them while reading. If I have any questions, I can go through them. Definitely, I can reach out to ProThoughts support. But yes, before doing that, I can just go through the videos and understand the context behind that.
sure. Okay, great. Okay. Thanks, Bharat. I think you explained that, of course, the convenience factor is there in the online. You can study from right from your bedroom and, at your convenience, and you have the flexibility of going back to a recorded session, which probably is missed in the classroom thing. Great. Thank you so much. Wilson, a last question, just to summarize your quick review of the classroom PMP content, delivery, or any other aspect. Okay, if you wish to summarize in a nutshell, and then we will probably open it for audience interaction. Go ahead.
I would like to say that the ProThoughts, PMB content is very precise, and it is concise, and it is crisp, and it is very well written. And with regard to the other supporting material that are being given from ProThoughts, that would suffice the requirement for the material. You don't have to look for any other material from outside. The other thing, Ashish sir, he is having maybe around 25 years of experience in project management. So I would say that he's project management personified or embodied. So
I'm
that
not having
is
25 years, huh, by the way. Okay,
an
go ahead.
added advantage. Yeah, okay, whatever it may be. That way, I think that it is there's a lot of knowledge that we can take away from ProThoughts, both from the instructor as well as from the content.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your kind words, Wilson. Okay, I might look a little old, but I'm not. Okay, by any standards. But yeah. Thank you for the kind words. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. So yeah, wanted to summarize one thing, right? No, I think no, the classrooms traditionally have been a better learning medium, but I think with the advent of technology, I think online is also preferable on certain counts. And No, for all the audience, if we take the convenience like recordings and take the physical interactions of a classroom and we mix them both, okay, I think it will be one sec, guys. I'm sorry about this. There is some charge pressure. Okay. So what I was trying to say is that if we take the convenience of the online, which is your recordings, like Bharat said, which you can rely on whenever you wish, and take the best part of the online, which is the interactions, physical interaction with the instructor and the audience. If we give you both, maybe that will work out. Okay, maybe we should try in ProThoughts to do that. Maybe in the coming future post COVID, we will definitely work on that. So great, thank you so much, guys. I'm now going to open for a question and answers from the audience. Okay, so friends in the audience, we have Bharat, who have recently passed out. We have Wilson from the classroom. Okay, we are going to open for question and answers, and I will just do a simple poll before I open it for question and answers. Okay. These are some of the things. Okay, my team has nicely done some reviews of some people. Okay, so Archana had done a classroom training with us, and she has written nicely. You can read a lot of these comments on our websites as well, which can help you. Right, I think Iqbal has done the online with us. No, he 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 has written about us as well. I'm going to skip this video review in the interest of time, and I will open it for more questions and answers. Also would like to announce that we the first ones to start the classrooms in March. We are starting the Ahmedabad classroom, and happy to announce that we got an excellent response from the Moteras and the Narendra Modis and the Ahmedabadis, and that is, we got excellent response, and we are having on the 13th March, which is a week after this. And we are opening on the Mumbai classroom from 10th April, and we are hoping for having a great way. Okay, we will try to include the online recordings which Bharat said, okay, in our classrooms as well. So for any inquiries, please note the number. I'm happy to help you on that. Like we said, PMI's authorized premier training partner. That's what we are. Now, a lot of you are for PDUs. Okay, if you want at one shot the PDUs, okay, we also provide that, and we will give you MS Project e-learning free with that as well. All right, so this is one of the things. You're all PMP certified. You come for PDUs, so that is one. If you want to attend our webinars, this is the link for the webinars, and you can attend our webinars. We do it every week, and yesterday we did it with Mark Lyons, who is the creator of Disciplined Agile. Very kind of him to attend, be there on ProThoughts platform to do the webinar. You can follow us on the LinkedIn and the Facebook, and you will get a lot of trends and updates. There are a lot of changes happening in project management, and we try to keep up with the content. Okay, and we rely on experts like Bharat, Wilson, and many others to write content, and we project them as we give them the opportunity on our platform as well. For corporates, we have started doing 1 hour sessions, okay, power sessions during their lunch break. We don't want to waste their time, increase productivity for corporates. They have been asking questions, okay, how to increase productivity working from home. So this is one of the things which has been lapped up by the corporates, and I'm happy to collaborate on that. Right, so we are going to open it for questions and answers, okay, and I'm going to launch a poll, right? Before, okay, I'll launch it later. Let me first answer the questions and answers. Okay, so let me see what are the questions here and the answers. So you can type in the things, okay? Uh, Type in the question answer panel or in the chat sessions, okay? I will be happy to answer your questions. Okay, there is one question from Neelakanta Rao. Okay, I am planning to take the PMP exam on April 1st. Is 10 to 15 days of rigorous practice enough to get certified under the new pattern? I have CSM certifications. Bharat, you are, if you can take this up.
Sure. So Nilkanta, right? So I think you still have this is just 5th of March today,
Yes,
5th or 6th of March,
month.
right? You have 1 month time. So what Mr. Arvind, the trainer, told me, and what I also thoroughly believe, is that despite of having CSM and ACSM, right, it would definitely need 250 hours of training, in the sense personal reading and coaching yourself, right?
Okay.
Either you do it, I don't know, you do it in 10 days, or you do it in 30 days. The 250 hours you will have to break, divide, and then do it, because uh, the concepts are not such that you just probably, we just read a book and go and give an exam. No, the PMP really tests whether you know the knowledge, whether you are able to apply that knowledge, and whether you have experience in working with that kind of situations, right? Most questions will be situational in nature. So I would also recommend the same thing. Please invest 200 to 250 hours of time minimum, and then go for a test prep or go for mock tests, so whichever way you are planning to go, and then go for the exam.
Okay, super. Yeah. So just to add to Bharat's thing, okay, Neelkanta, there are a lot of people who have taken, okay, also 7 days to crack the exam. Although that's not now in the new pattern, but in our earlier patterns, right from 3 days to 3 years, okay, or infinite years. Some people have never attempted as well, but people have taken so much of time to do the exam. So it has that individual assessment as well. But yeah, like no, we have an exam strategy where we say that this many hours are needed for an average student, but you can assess yourself. And mostly lot of the participants actually speed up their preparation, like you said, 10-15 days or 2 weeks before the exam. They suddenly realize I need to give the exam because there is a deadline, and then they speed up by taking a leave or something. Otherwise they are like really relaxed till the first thing. Okay, that's similar to a project where you make a good estimate, a buffered estimate, and then you realize, okay, the deadline is coming, let's put a lot of focus on that. Now there are 10 days remaining. But thanks, Bharat, on this. Okay, there is, okay, for online training, recorded sessions are really provided. Is the PMP exam online or in person at the center? Okay, Bharat, if you can answer this question. Recorded sessions are there, right? And if the in the PMP exam is online or in person, or what is your
Yes.
take on that?
First thing is we get the recordings of all the sessions, 8-hour sessions, right? 4 days, we'll definitely get it from ProThoughts. Number two, I attempted the online exam uh, from my home itself. It was a proctored exam. There is a very thorough process of checking your entire room. You need to show them the video. The room should be locked. Nobody should come into the room. If somebody enters, probably the exam will be void. If you turn your head more than a certain allowable range, they will issue a warning. If that continues, they will void the exam. No mobile phones. I mean, basic exam etiquettes need to be followed over there.
Okay, great. I don't know the name. It's an anonymous attendee, but yes, thanks Bharat for that. And Venu has asked, why is the e-learning stopped? Okay, so the e-learning is not stopped. The no, PMI is providing the e-learning, but they have restricted the ATPs or their partners to provide e-learning. So the self-paced learning is only provided by PMI. Okay, Ramana, we will actually give you the PDU codes. I have the claim code with me. I will share it with you right away at the end of the webinar, which will, if there are no questions, probably we can proceed to that. Okay, there are no further questions, then probably we can proceed to the closure. But before that, I would like you to put this polls and please answer this polls, everyone. Please, all of you. Okay, there is one more question, I guess. Okay, while everyone is answering, now this is again for Bharat. I think Bharat is more in demand because of the new pattern. Okay, so the Nitesh is asking the question: old syllabus has numerous inputs, tools, and techniques and output. Does the new syllabus has the same pattern?
Not exactly in the same particular pattern, I would say. The reason is now we have something called as a standard training material given to the ATPs by PMI, right? It would still have those things, but not exactly in the ITTO format.
Okay.
Does this answer the question?
Okay. So yeah. So I think it is there in some form, but not in the earlier form. So, and you don't have to memorize anything. Okay. We don't suggest to memorize anything.
Yes.
Guys, please put the thing. Okay. That will really help. Yeah. The last 30 seconds. Madhav is asking about, can we get a hard copy of certification? PMI stopped giving hard copies because of COVID. Maybe after COVID, they will start doing that. Cool. Okay. So I'm ending the poll. Thank you all for answering it. So this is something which is there. Okay. So if there are no more questions, okay, there is some chat. Okay. So let me just have a vote of thanks. So this is, before that, just if you have any queries still, put it on info@prothoughts.co.in, or you can call at this number as well. We are happy to help you for any queries you may have. So Wilson, you can come on the camera for a moment if you can. So I would like to thank both Bharat and Wilson for spending the valuable time they have on this platform. I think your insights and your knowledge really, I would imagine, help the audiences. I think that helps them to understand what is the training, what is the mode of learning, because they need to make decisions. This was on demand request for this webinar. So thank you once again, Wilson and Bharat, to come and join this webinar. I hope it was useful, friends, to all of you. Thanks for being a wonderful audience, and have a very good day and a good night. Good day for the people outside India, and good night for people in India. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the PDU code, I'm just putting it here. Put it to all the panelists. Thank you, Samir, for reminding me. Thank you, Rakesh, for reminding me. The PDU code, I have put it to all the people. Okay. One sec. Again, I put it. Okay. Sorry, it went only to the panelists. So all the PDU code for all of them. You will get a mail on the PDU code as well. Venu, just a final question. You can have the old and the new course differences. There is already a webinar on that. You can go to YouTube channel on our webinar and you can go for old and new course differences there. Thank you all. I am just closing this now.